What happens when two 4-year-old girls sell their favorite toy car to save their mom? A life-changing encounter with a billionaire CEO turns everything upside down. This is the story of sacrifice, hope, and a twist you won't believe. Stick around to see how one small act of kindness changed their lives forever. It was a cold winter morning in downtown Manhattan. The air was crisp, and the streets buzzed with the usual hustle of city life. Among the busy pedestrians and the flashing lights of storefronts, there was something that stopped people in their tracks. A pair of young black twin girls, no older than 4, standing on the street corner. They were selling a toy car with a makeshift sign that read, 20 for sale. Amara and Amina, dressed in oversized hoodies to keep warm, clutched the sign with tiny hands. Despite their youth, there was an unmistakable sense of urgency and resolve in their faces. Their eyes, big and filled with determination, told the story of a family in desperate need. The toy car, once a source of joy, had become a symbol of sacrifice, a way to raise a small amount of money to help their mother, Denise. Denise, a single mother, had recently lost her job when the company she worked for went bankrupt. With bills piling up and rent overdue, she had no choice but to ask her daughters to give up their most prized possession. The toy car, which had been a cherished gift, was now their last hope. What would happen when the right person saw the girls' quiet struggle? That fateful morning, a sleek black limo pulled up to the curb, drawing attention from the busy pedestrians around it. Out stepped a well-dressed man, his sharp suit and polished shoes making him stand out in the crowd. He was none other than Alexander King, the CEO of one of the largest tech companies in the world, a man accustomed to the luxury of boardrooms and high-rise offices. But as he walked down the sidewalk, something unusual caught his eye, a pair of young twin girls standing alone at the corner. He slowed his pace, noticing the cardboard sign that read 20 for sale and the little toy car in front of them. It wasn't the first time he had seen people selling things on the streets, but something about this particular scene felt different. He instinctively approached the girls, crouching down to meet them at their eye level. "Are you selling this car?" he asked gently, his curiosity piqued. Amara, the more talkative of the two, nodded. "We need to sell it to help our mom," she replied, her voice far more mature than her age would suggest. Amina, her twin, simply held out the sign, her large brown eyes wide with silent hope. Alexander was struck by their sincerity. It wasn't common for children to part with their toys, especially not to help their families. His heart sank as he listened to the girls explain their situation, how their mother had lost her job, how rent was overdue, and how the toy car was their last option to get the money they needed. The weight of their words hung in the air, and Alexander, deeply moved, knew he had to learn more. The billionaire stood up and took a deep breath, his mind racing. In his years of business, he had seen entrepreneurs build empires from scratch, driven by the desire to succeed at any cost. He had witnessed the relentless pursuit of wealth and power, but this moment was different. The sight before him wasn't about charity or desperation. It was about resilience, about two young girls who were doing everything in their power to help their family in the only way they knew how. They weren't looking for handouts. They were fighting for their future. Alexander paused, reflecting on what he could do to make a real impact. As his gaze drifted back to the twins, the answer came to him. "Tell you what," Alexander said, reaching into his wallet and pulling out a $20 bill. "I'll buy the car from you for $20. He handed the money to Amara, who took it with a mixture of surprise and hesitation. But he wasn't done. But he wasn't done. But he wasn't done. "But I also want to offer your family something far more valuable than money." The girls exchanged a confused glance. "What do you mean?" Amara asked, her voice a blend of curiosity and cautious hope. Alexander smiled gently. "I can offer your mom a job at my company. A well-paying job, one that will allow her to provide for you both. And I'll make sure you have everything you need for school and beyond." The twins were speechless. They never imagined that their small act of sacrifice would lead to an opportunity like this. The thought of a brighter future, one full of possibilities, was suddenly within their reach. It was a dream they had never dared to hope for, yet here it was, standing before them. After their meeting, the girl's mother, Denise, was contacted by Alexander's assistant. At first, she thought it was a scam or some kind of misunderstanding. How could this billionaire really want to help her? But when she learned about the offer and the job, it was hard for her to grasp. It seemed too good to be true. The idea that someone so powerful and successful would extend a hand to a struggling single mother like her was almost unbelievable. Still, after a quick interview, Denise was offered the position as the head of a new department at Alexander's company. The pay was more than enough to cover her bills, and it came with benefits and opportunities she had never imagined. For the first time in months, Denise felt a deep sense of relief and hope. The weight of financial strain lifted from her shoulders, and she could finally envision a future where her family wouldn't have to worry about survival. The stability from the new job gave her the chance to move into a better apartment in a safer neighborhood, one where she could provide the kind of life she always dreamed of for Amara and Amina. The twins were enrolled in a prestigious school where they flourished both academically and socially. As for Alexander, he didn't just disappear after offering help. He became a regular part of their lives, visiting often and checking in on their progress. What started as a simple act of kindness transformed into a lasting friendship. He took great pride in watching the girls excel, knowing that his small gesture had made such a powerful impact on their lives. As the months passed, the lives of the twins and their mother changed forever. The little sacrifice of a toy car had set off a chain of events that altered the course of their future. Amara and Amina, once selling toys to help their mother, now had a world of opportunities ahead of them. They learned that no dream was too big, no matter how small the starting point. It was a lesson in hope, perseverance, and the power of unexpected kindness. And as for Alexander King, he learned that sometimes the smallest acts of generosity can lead to the biggest changes in life. This heartwarming story is not just about two little girls, a toy car, and a billionaire CEO. It's about the power of compassion, the importance of never giving up, and the incredible impact that one kind gesture can have. Wow, what an incredible journey of hope, sacrifice, and unexpected kindness. If this story touched your heart, imagine what else we've got in store. Don't miss out on more amazing, life-changing stories. Hit that subscribe button, give us a like, and let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Share this with someone who needs a little inspiration today, and join our community for even more stories that will make you believe anything is possible. You won't want to miss what's coming next. Hit that bell so you're always in the loop. Thanks for watching. Together, we can make the world a little brighter.